If you can score 12 out of 15 in this grammar test, then your English is amazing. But even if you don't, it's okay because this grammar test is going to help you figure out which areas you might want to work on to improve your English. So don't worry if it's challenging because it is meant to be challenging. So are you ready? Let's get right into it. 15 questions, 3 options for each question. So your job is to choose the correct answers in 7 seconds. I am sorry, blank, my mistake. For my mistake. About my mistake. On my mistake. I am sorry for my mistake. I am angry about something. You can also say I'm sorry about what happened in a general way. I blanked Germany last year. I blanked Germany last year. Gone, went, go. I went to Germany last year. The keyword here is last year, past tense. So in the answers, we are going to look for a verb in its past tense. The verb in its past tense is went. I went to Germany last year. Where blank he work? Does, do, don't. Where does he work? Did I blank diabetes? By diabetes? From diabetes? Of diabetes? He died of diabetes. Stacy is suffering blank TB. Of, from, by. Suffering from, we suffer from, we die of. Stacy is suffering from diabetes. What does the phrase back to square one mean? Does it mean to succeed? Does it mean to give up? Or does it mean to start over? Back to square one is a phrase used to mean to start over. Please don't tell me we are back to square one after everything we've done. Which sentence is correct? James was last week there. James was there last week. James has been there last week. James was there last week. James was there last week. Remove one word from this sentence to avoid repetition. James went to the store and he bought grocery. The word we're removing to avoid repetition is he. He is representing James. So we say, James went to the store and bought grocery. We're still talking about the same person. So using he is still repeating James. So you can just say, James went to the store and bought grocery. I blanked in London for 10 years. Live. Have been living. I have lived. So in this question, there are 2 possible answers. That is, I have been living in London for 10 years and I have lived in London for 10 years. I have lived in London for 10 years means you live there but you have stopped living there, or maybe you are still living there. I have been living in London for 10 years means you are still living in London and you've lived there for 10 years. You are still continuing to live in London. Fill in the blank to make the second sentence the same as the first sentence. Cobbler is 60 years old. He still makes good shoes. The blank cobbler still makes good shoes. The 60-year-old cobbler still makes good shoes. Be careful here, if you say the 60 years old, that is not correct. It is the 60-year-old with hyphens. 60 hyphen year hyphen old makes good shoes. She knocked her drink over blank accident while taking her bath. By, on, with. She knocked her drink over by accident while taking her bath. Is this sentence correct or incorrect? These letters are really moldy. Please throw out them. Well, this sentence is incorrect. The correct way to say this sentence is, these letters are really moldy. Please throw them out. They blank, never been to Japan before. Has, had, have. They have never been to Japan before. What is the antonym of slow? Is it sluggish? Is it fast? Or is it lazy? The word antonym means the opposite of a word. So the opposite of slow is fast. But the synonym of slow is sluggish. How many questions did you get correct in this grammar test? And which questions were a bit challenging in this test? Let me know in the comment sections. And let's catch up in the next text. Bye-bye.